Chapter 35 What supermarket items could a vegetarian elf eat? Jumli quickly added the silver coins in the elf's palm. That was plenty. From staple rice and noodles to dried tofu, candied fruits, chocolates, and snacks. Jumli's mind buzzed with options. He browsed the shelves, returning with an armful of food. Clatter. He dumped the snacks on the counter. Jumli said, slightly troubled, "Mr. Mazerno, you pick with the other world as prices." The coins couldn't buy everything, but Jumli didn't know the elf's tastes to choose for him. Mazerno looked down at the items. His jade green eyes candied chocolates, gummy candies, spicy strips, dried tofu, candied fruits, canned fruit. His gaze lingered on the canned fruit, as whitening slightly in the clear glass jar. Yellow fruit segments floated in syrup, their fibrous texture visible, gleaming temptingly in winter. The shop sold such fresh fruit. His gaze paused briefly before moving on. Though rare, magic could achieve this. He could grow fruit in winter with a seed. Beyond the canned fruit, every item was new to him, their nature unclear from packaging. One snack bag had a potato image. He picked it up, the puffed packaging rustling. "What is this?" Jumli glanced over. Potato chips, sliced potatoes, fried into a snack, potatoes. Recalling the restaurant as potato strips, crafted by the same man, the elf decided quickly, "I'll take these, all right." Jumli scanned the item, tucked the coins away, and offered a stool for the elf to sit and eat. Mazerno studied the chips curiously. The large bag was light, rustling when shaken. He carefully tore it open along the serrated edge, revealing crisp, thin slices. The big bag was 2/3 air. The rigid chips taking up space. The elf pursed his lips, glancing at the supermarket as owner. The dark-haired human was back in his magic book, oblivious to his customer. Mazerno delicately picked up a chip. The golden slice, fried to layered crispness, carried the potato as aroma, sprinkled with red powder. It smelled faintly like the tomato hot pot he tried. What was a tomato, anyway? He put the chip in his mouth. Crunch, so crisp. A different crispness from potato strips, like thin ice on a winter lake, shattering at a touch. The thin slice, fried to impossible crispness, broke effortlessly under his teeth. The tomato-flavored powder blended with the potato as subtle sweetness, a perfect match. Potatoes could be eaten this way. Jumli read his magic book, the steady crunch sounding nearby. Soon, it stopped. Mazerno turned the bag upside down, shaking it, but nothing fell out. It was empty. The elf pursed his lips, touching his stomach. He'd eaten it all but felt like he'd swallowed mostly air. He looked at the supermarket as owner again. Perhaps his stare was too intense. As Jumli looked up, confused, "Mr. Mazerno, anything else you need?" Mazerno, his lips tightened, green eyes fixed on Jumli. As Jumli braced for the elf to draw his staff, Mazerno's head drooped, his moonlit silver hair dimming like it was under a cloud. "No need," he said glumly. "I have no money." Jumli, had he just traded the elf's entire fortune for a bag of chips? Guilt-hit Jumli, "I'll treat you." "HM, how about canned fruit?" Jumli said. "It is really popular lately." He fetched a glass jar of canned oranges, the yellow segments floating in syrup, peeled and vivid. Placing it before the elf, he handed over a stainless steel spoon. The elf didn't take it, asking wearily, "Why treat me, Jumli?" He couldn't see it was his scheming merchant excursions, could he? Catching sight of his magic book, inspiration struck. "Mr. Mazerno, you're a powerful mage, right?" "Of course, you know I am self-taught." Jumli picked up the book, marked with sections he didn't understand. Meant for later study. Self-learning meant no teacher to ask. So he tackled problems slowly, lowering efficiency, but the elf, knowing his limits, was perfect to help. I have some parts I don't get. Could you explain them? The elf stared long, then lifted his robust hand and sat back on the stool. His silence was consent. The cat athlete was tricky, but the elf tapped it, and the aluminum cap spun off, clattering to the floor. Mazzurno scooped out an orange segment. What fruit was this? He wondered, tasting it. So sweet. The juicy flesh retained the orange's fresh sweetness, enhanced by the syrup, yet stayed firm, not mushy. Fruit could be preserved like this? He thought even Planet 7 elves hadn't devised this. Zhang handed over his basic magic book, sections highlighted with color markers. Mr. Mazzurno, look here. A mock spell was when Zhang had seen mages used to craft ice sculptures for the snow festival at Plaza. After watching, he wanted to try. Zhang sighed, frustrated. I've tried it so many times, but I can't make ice. He opened his hand, conjuring a stream of water into a ball, swirling and clear. It tried to shift shape but remained a water ball. The elf reached out, and the water affectionately wrapped his fingertips. Soon, the lively water stilled, as crystals crackling from his touch, turning the ball into a solid ice sphere, its edges rippling. Zhang blinked. Then his head sank as the heavy ice ball dropped into his palm. He fumbled, the cold lump too chilly to hold, switching hands but dropping it. Basic magic is about controlling magical elements. The relentlessly versatile form is just their transformation. You're approaching it wrong, Mazzurno said. Frosty crystals formed in his palm, growing into a delicate ice flower, its petals and leaves vivid, indistinguishable from a real bloom, down to the petal veins. Instead of shaping water into ice, just envision the SS form, Zhang gasped. But isn't ice just water? Magic is imagination. It stems from reality but surpasses it, creating what reality can't. Clinging to forms limits your mind, the elf said coolly. If you attended magic school, they'd have taught you this. Zhang scratched his head, sheepish. He'd never gone to magic school, only crammed for us as exams. His thinking still rigid. Skip water as form and make ice directly. Zhang stared at his palm, focusing, as crystals flickered faintly. If he could conjure ice, how could he shape it into a fan sculpture? Mazzurno didn't mention that the easiest way was using existing snow in winter, saving magic and simplifying the process. As sculpting, though basic, tested the mage's control, finer details demanded precise manipulation. A spell needed steady magic output. Any hesitation could ruin it. At the plaza, ice sculptures varied wildly in quality. The elf quietly watched the young mage. Crafting a detailed ice sculpture seemed simple but required stable magic, keen elemental sensitivity, and meticulous control skills. Only seasoned mages, for whom magic was second nature, could master. For a novice without a staff, it was like a rookie adventurer challenging high-level beast. Mazzurno looked away, resuming his cat oranges. He'd hunt beasts outside the city later to keep enjoying these foods. He'd need lots of money. Crackle. Ice spread in the young man's hand, forming branches, then petals. Soon, a delicate ice flower bloomed, its textures clear, down to the veins, with a glistening dewdrop. Identical to Mazzurno's, Zhang beamed at his creation. Wow! Mazzurno paused mid-scoop.